folks, Bryn Axon here of Woofers, Positive Dog Training and Behaviour Consulting. Today I'm going to do a little video to show you how to teach your dog to stay. Now, teaching stay is fairly similar to wait. Stay means stay where you are till I get back to you, and wait means wait there till I tell you to do something else. So in this exercise we always come back to the dog. We don't tell the dog to do anything else, except when we've come back to the dog, we move the dog to show them that the exercise is finished so we can start again. So you can have your dog in whatever position you like. If you have your dog standing, it's more of a temptation for the dog to move, so having your dog laying down or sitting is probably best. 6-foot leash, and have that leash loose. I've got a handout for this as well, so between the video and the handout you should understand how to do it. So I'm going to use a physical and a verbal cue. Now, some trainers like to teach the behaviour, then they teach the physical cue, then they teach the verbal cue. I do it all at the same time. For me it works, and so that's the way I do it. Okay, Arik. He started his usual tricks. Come on, let's stand up. Come on, let's go. Okay, so I get my dog. My assistant today is Arik. I say, Arik, stay, and I give him the physical cue, which is the palm of my hand. So, Arik, stay. I take one step back, immediately go back to him, and I say, yes. And then I say, okay, and then I move this way, come on, this way, come on, this way. So okay is the release word, and then I move just to enforce the okay. Okay, come here, babe, come on. Yeah, he's being his usual cooperative self today. So let's do that again. Arik, stay, one step back, one step to him, yes. Okay, let's go. Yes. Come on, let's go this way. Arik. Let's go. Come on. Oh dear. Okay, let's try that again. Try to remain upbeat even when your puppy is not playing the game. Arik, stay. One step back. One step to him. Yes. Okay. And I get him to move. At the moment he's only moving because I've got a treat under his nose. Okay, so once I know he's going to stay where he is when I've taken one step back, I'm going to try 2 steps. Arik, stay. I'm going to take 1, 2. Then I'm going to go straight back. I'm going to say yes. Then, okay, let's go. Let's go. Okay, so I'm going to take baby steps, and I'm going to just gradually add a step at a time until I get to the end of my 6-foot leash. Now, if I've taken, say, 3 steps back and Arik moves, then I know I'm asking too much of him. So I will go back to asking him to stay when I take 2 steps back. And I keep doing that until I feel that he's really got that, and then I add another step until I can get to the end of my 6-foot leash. Once I can do that is when I start adding time, and I'm adding time to the amount of time I ask him to stay in position. Now at the beginning we haven't asked for any time because we want to make sure we set him up for success and he doesn't have time to move. So we step away and we go straight back to our dog as fast as we can. Now I'm going to ask him to wait until I count to 5. So I'm going to take 1 step back, and I'm going to count to 5, and I'm going to go back to him. I'm going to say yes, okay, and then I'm going to get him to move. Okay, so Arik, stay. I'm going to take 1 step back. I'm going to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go back to him. Yes! Good boy! Okay. That's it. Okay. So I'm going to do that a few times. Arik, sit. Good boy. Stay. One step back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Step back to him. Yes. Good boy. Okay. And move him away. So I'm going to keep adding a step and counting to 5 until I can get to the end of my 6-foot leash. And if he's staying put for 5 seconds and I've got to the end of my leash, then I'm going to go back to the beginning and I'm going to ask him to stay in place for 8 seconds, say, add a few seconds to it. So I'm going to 1 step back, count to 8, go back to him, reward him, okay, and ask him to move. Now, once I can do that for 8 seconds and I've got to the end of my leash and he's sitting where he is for 8 seconds, I'll add a few more and a few more. Now, if you can get him up to 10 seconds, that's great. I'd like to see 15, but if you've got a very young dog or a young puppy, you're not going to get that far. So I would say 10 is probably your max with a very young puppy or a young dog. Now, after that, once you feel a bit more confident that he's going to stay in place for a little while, I would try that off leash. Now, at first you should have been doing this indoors like I am. And then once you're confident he's going to do all that, indoors, you take him off leash. If I can get his leash off. And you go through the exercise again. And once more, because we're using a different method here because he's off leash, we only do it quickly. So he's off leash, so I'm just going to go, Arik, stay, take 1 step away, 1 step back, yes. Okay, good boy. So I'm going to go through the whole exercise exactly the same way that I started when he was on leash until I can get as many steps away as I could get on the 6-foot leash. I think it's about 6 steps because you're going 6 foot. So if I can get the same distance away without the leash on that I could with the 6-foot leash and without adding any time, then I start to add time and I go through that whole thing again off leash. Now once I can do all that, I would take it outside in the backyard. I would do it on leash. If he's great on leash, then I would take the leash off and do it off leash. And I will gradually start to add distractions. So I might take him in the front yard where there's lots more noises and the sound of dogs barking and stuff like that, and see if he can do it there and concentrate on what I'm asking. Gradually add distractions until he could do this in a park somewhere with people walking by and stuff like that. There are far more advanced ways of stay as well, with the owner going out of sight and stuff like that, but actually for the time being with your young dog or puppy, and Arik is only 10 months, so giant breed terms he's a puppy till he's 2, sadly, they've got a puppy brain, so you shouldn't expect too much of them. Okay, so that's the basics of how to teach stay. With my handout, then it should be really clear, but if there's anything you don't understand, then feel free to leave a comment or drop me an email. Okay? Okay. See you again soon, peeps. Bye. Have you been a good boy or not? Yes.